Ladies and gentlemen, children of all nationalities and small animals, welcome to Bike2Work Day 2016. My name is Dave Humphreys. I'm the Executive Director of ARTMA, and we have been partnering with the city and the county doing this for 19 years. This entire production here today, and there's an awful lot that goes on to bring this to come about behind the scenes and for months in advance, is all due to my great fellow ARTMA person, employee, and somebody that keeps me on the straight and narrow on a whole bunch of issues, and that is Leanne Dunbar. Leanne did this whole thing, so I'm going to turn this over to her. You won't have to put up with me anymore. Leanne?
Thank you, Dave. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. I'll be brief, but I just want to thank all of our volunteers working at the tables today, and thank our sponsors, Bike Doctor of Arundel, and all of our pit stop places, Annapolis Velo, Bike Doctor of Annapolis, pedal pushers up in Severna Park, the folks who staff the ranger station up in Severna Park today. And it's just a great turnout that we had today. I had a lot of help from John Corrin from Bike AAA to help put this together, and I'm going to hand it over to John. Thanks again, everybody.
Thank you, Leanne. Would everybody smile for my GoPro? Let's do a wave. Thank you. Leanne, thank you so much. Thank you, ARTMA. Thank you, Baltimore Metropolitan Council, for organizing this wonderful event and the great weather. Let me first introduce Mayor Mike Panelides. Where's Mayor Mike? I saw him in his bike helmet. Here he is to welcome you to Annapolis.
Good to see you again. Good morning. How's everyone doing? All right, great. Thank you for taking the time. This is my second Bike2Work Day, and it's a lot of fun, and it's actually the city's 19th, so I'm glad we can come and host you here in our downtown capital. I want to say that when I was coming over here, I did the Bike2Work Day before, and I'll admit it, I had to borrow a bike from a friend, and then I said, I'm going to go to a local businessman, see if I can borrow one from them. So Jeff Elliott from Green Pedals let me borrow his bike, and I'm in pretty good shape, so I was like, all right, it's not a problem. So going around, he's like, I have an electric bike, you should check it out, that's what I sell. I've never heard of an electric bike, what's that? So basically it's a bike, but it also pedals with you for assistance. So I did most of it myself, but going up the Eastport Bridge, I did cheat a little bit on turbo. So if you've never done that, you know what this event's about, or you have somebody older that wants to get back into it, try an electric bike, they're amazing. So with that said, thank you all for being here.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Next up, County Executive Steve Shue. Steve Shue and entourage came down from Early Heights Ranger Station, 11 miles. And I also want to note, if I haven't already mentioned, Lifeline 100, the Anne Arundel County Century Ride. Steve rode the 65-miler last year.
Good morning, everybody. What a beautiful day in Anne Arundel County, isn't it? Great day to ride to work. We're working very hard in county government to improve the quality of life for all of our citizens and give people more opportunities to engage with our natural resources and our environment. We are opening up swimming beaches for the first time, trailered boat ramps so that people can get their boats in the water and enjoy a day on the bay. We're expanding our network of regional parks and many other initiatives, one of the most important of which is expanding and improving our network of bike trails. As everyone here knows, bicycling is a great way to get to work, to recreate, and to be physically fit, and it's fun. But our network of trails, despite how beautiful many of our trails are, and they are beautiful, the B&A Trail is one of the most gorgeous trails on the entire East Coast, and it is part of the East Coast Greenway. But the B&A Trail, like so many of our trails, is a disconnected segment. It's very hard to get from A to B in Anne Arundel County. We have lots of really nice but short, disconnected trails. And we're working really hard to build out a complete network of bike trails throughout the entire county by connecting all those disparate segments and building spurs off of them so that people can travel from the North County area out to Downs Park in Pasadena, or out to Sandy Point, across the Broad Neck, and all the way down to Deal safely and enjoyably. We have a lot of projects in the hopper right now. We're working on a memorandum of understanding with Prince George's County to connect our trails that run through Crofton and Woodwardville over the Patuxent River into the area of Prince George's County on the other side of the river. We're doing the same thing with Howard County, working to connect a trail that will allow you to go all the way from Annapolis to Ellicott City, through the Greenway, off-road, and it's going to be gorgeous. Another bridge over the Patuxent River. So many projects. Speaking of bridges, one of the most important for the complete development of our network is going to be getting people across Ritchie Highway from the B&A Trail out to the Broad Neck Peninsula and out to Sandy Point. Right now, you're taking your life in your hands when you cross that highway, as everybody knows. Well, our goal is to build a pedestrian bridge over the full span of Ritchie Highway so that people can cross over and go to Downs Park and spend a nice day out there. Thank you. A lot of these initiatives that I mentioned, water access, things of that nature, the park system, are all joint efforts between county government and private citizens groups, boards and commissions. And among them is our bicycle commission. John Corrin chairs the bicycle commission, and that commission is working really hard to improve signage, to expand shoulders, create divided bike lanes, dedicated off-road bike trails. These bridges I mentioned, all these things fall into their purview. They're helping us prioritize projects and go for the low-hanging fruit first, and then the heavier lifting as time passes and resources allow. So they are doing a really great job, and I want to thank him for all his work. And speaking of thank you, I want to thank Leanne of Artma and Dave for the great work that they did in putting this together. Trailblazers and Friends of the Trail always do such a great job helping us maintain the trails and improve them. So thanks to all of them for their efforts. And lastly, thanks to all the volunteers that helped put together this wonderful day. Enjoy it. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Steve. Steve's been a great supporter and has a wonderful vision for an interconnected network of bike routes in the county. Next up is Councilman Chris Trumbauer, who has been to this event far more times than I have.
Thanks, John. Yeah, so every year I try and remember how many it's been, but I think I moved here to Annapolis in about 2000, and I've been every year, so it's 2016, so this must be my 16th year in a row. And I even came that year where it rained and it got canceled. I came to the makeup the next week, so I kept the streak alive. But I want to also thank the mayor and the county executive for showing leadership. I want to ask the mayor where he got that hat. I've never seen a bike helmet like that before. That was pretty cool. And I want to thank Steve. Steve and I have an agreement. He puts the bike stuff in the budget, and then I protect it once it's in there. So we got a good team going. So we'll let this truck pass. Anyway, I don't want to belabor the point. I know you're all anxious to get to the raffle, so thanks for coming again. I'm proud to be here, and it warms my heart to see all these guys in bike helmets out in front of me on Bike to Work Day. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks. Well, but this being Bike to Work Day, we thought it'd be good to have an employer come up and talk about actually biking to work. And we thought, what better employer than a health-minded employer? So we have Betsy Snow, who's director of the women's program at Arundel Medical Center, is a triathlete herself. And Betsy, come on up and say a few words. And has her Ram Bike Like a Girl kit on. We'll talk more about that in a minute.
So I bring you greetings from Arundel Medical Center. A lot of what we do is based on research, and I found an incredible research fact last night that studies have shown that people who bike every day are more awesome than the general public. So this is the most awesome group in the world. And speaking of awesome, I want to let you know that Arundel Medical Center is not just committed to your illness, we're committed to your wellness. And we're doing phenomenal work partnerships with Bike AAA to make sure our staff have access to bikes, and we have bike racks on campus now. We're exploring, let me say that, becoming bike friendly. And the bike racks certainly are great. but I always park my bike in my office, just because I want to make sure it's really protected. AAMC is a proud partner with Bike AAA. We have done some work with the Eastport Terrace with giving bike helmets and doing bike safety with those children. We when we went into that, we thought, oh my gosh, these kids they may not even have bikes. Well, if they didn't have bikes, they had skateboards, they had something, and it was overwhelmingly received by those kids. We've been a sponsor of Lifeline 100, a sponsor of Bike Like a Girl, which we are proud to say we had 2 nurses who participated in that, and we've been in, obviously, lots of health fairs. We love working with Bike AAA. They're great partners. We have a long history of supporting biking. We've worked with trails. We've worked with, again, making sure our staff have what they need to bike to work. And to end, I want to do a quote, which is one of the most awesome days of my life is when I learned to ride a bike. And AAMC applauds the work of our community leaders in creating safe bike routes so more citizens can enjoy the exhilaration of riding a bike every day. Thank you.
How you guys doing? I'm Steve Ruck from Bike Doctor. I did RAM in 2014, and we have a team again for 2017, so we'll be down here in another year and a half doing it again. Looking forward to it. I have a bike to give away. Obviously, you guys all someone wants to win it, and then ride to work. So I guess we'll do that one first then.
We could do the bike first?
Sure.
Okay.
You want me to draw? Dig deep. I think I'm getting older. I can't see anymore. Jan Mullen? Does that sound right?
That's me. Oh.
John, I'm sorry. Mueller. I can't read, evidently.
All right, thanks again. I'm late, you win.